Oh, hi.
Hey everybody.
Hello. What's up? How we doing? I haven't done this in a long time. I don't know. I don't remember how to start. I can't remember the last time I was live on a channel.
This is High Shelf Collective.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
High Shelf
great way to
Collective.
start.
Welcome. We are playing some beacons tonight. We are in Arc 3, which is wild. But before we get into that, I'm going to just like super breeze through some announcements because, hey guys, it's December. Guess what that means? High Shelf Charities back, baby. This year's getting started a little later because PAX decided to be a week later for us this year. So next year it's a week earlier. We're gonna have even more time, less stress. But we've got some good, fun stuff coming up. I'll give a quick little rundown on what games we have coming up, so y'all can keep an eye out for that, and then we'll get back to what is going on today. So the first big game of our event will be on the 14th. That is going to be the Familiar Problem, ran by GM Hina. We know them, we love them. They run amazing, beautiful games for us every single year, and I'm so excited for this one. On the 16th, also, you know him, you love him. Wandering DM is going to be back running some Mouse Guard. We're starting off so critter cozy, y'all, with Familiar Problem and Mouse Guard. Very excited for that one. During the month of charity, and we will still be taking donations on the 17th. We will have our werewolf game. Then on the 19th, we will have You're Not a Wizard, ran by Mike. You see him, you know him, you love all of these people you know and love. Actually, I lied. I immediately fucking lied because the first time GM will be coming in on the 21st. If you know him, you do love him. Logan will be running some Coyote and Crow, a game that they worked on as well. I'm so excited. I've played a game with them before, and they run this game expertly. And then on the 26th, we will have Old School Essentials per usual to wrap it up and see how many people Rich can murder in weird ways in some AD&D vibe goodness. But we'll have
Many
more
times
info and
Christopher
everything on
Walken.
that. Yeah. Oh, how many Christopher Walkens? Oh, we're not in Discord. I was gonna hit because one of my quick keys is Rich with the mice in the bucket. But
Two mice,
just
a bucket.
just imagine if you were in Discord, you could hear that soundbite. But yeah, so that's like super cliff notes, super quick roundup of what the month will look like. We are finalizing some sponsor stuff and all of the good things. You will see all of that starting to get posted and going as we get closer and closer to this weekend for the kickoff. So keep an eye out on that. Um, Other than that, I think the lukewarm open done, or my part of the Luke. Now we're gonna go to the warm. So I'm going to throw it over to GT.
The temperature of this open keeps increasing away from cold open somehow, some way. It is dark. It is not just dark, it is without light. You would not know it because you can see your hands. You know that you are there. You understand that those scales are yours. You hear a rustling and a dripping, but you cannot see anything outside of your nose. Something you would not have normally noted were it not the only thing in your vision. You feel a familiar presence on your shoulder as you find yourself in the shadow, a place you have seen your compatriot but once before. Now you are lost here, tethered to this place in the way that you were tethered to reality, and your summons have all but summoned you. Spark, how are you feeling?
I think that Spark. I think it takes a minute to realize where they are. And there is this moment of did I die? And is still not sure. That is still a full possibility in their little head. Um, but I think that honestly, I feel like there is a little twinge of excitement. This, it's the nerves and the scare and the adrenaline, but this is somewhere that she's been trying to understand more and figure out a way to get there, or if it even is a place that they want to get. So when that realization starts to kick in, there's that little like nervous that's like, am I scared? Am I excited? Am I what's happening? Um
What does your mind cut to first in that sort of attempt to discern if you are scared or excited?
um I think she's looking for her shades, or just kind of a little bit of that, like looking, because especially the flump or whatever, I can't remember. I think every time I've said their name, it's been a different just sound that a slime would make as it jumps around. Maybe that's the bit, but I think like kind of like, yeah, looks to them first to see if there is any sort of like connection or worry, since that is the one that is like tied to them a little more mentally, to see if there's that familiarity in their knowledge.
That being is indeed on your shoulder, and as you sort of focus on it more now, there is a rushing of viscous liquid, would be the sound that you hear as it sort of constitutes more on your shoulder and takes on more color. You see the blackness around you sort of go green on your shoulder as your slime appears, followed by more rushing in formation of this inky liquid, which you can sort of make out through the slime and its half transparency. It is acting as almost a lens as you look and watch a frog appear next to you. Uh, you're not sure quite what the situation with light is in this place, because everything that takes form so far is perfectly illuminated to you, including yourself.
I think talking to them, talking to herself a bit. It's just like, where do we walk? Do we wait? Kind of just like looks to them like, what is this place? Do we hide? Can we
The
hide?
f-
I can hide.
you imagine a place to hide. What is that? What is your ideal place to hide?
I think there's a little moment of panic because she realizes that her new place to hide is inside this shadowy place, because she could just like become one with shadows, and now realizes everything is that. Um, but that is kind of the first thought there for a moment of like the ability that this place has lended her in the real world, and then realizes very out of her depth probably as, oh god, I've reached the source.
And the source will hide you, or it will begin to, as you feel on your feet this material, this ooze begins to make its way up your feet and your legs. You want to hide, and so the darkness, the shadow, will hide you.
I think yeah, she kind of lets it, like sits in this, because she is such a perceptive, kind of watchful person in this place where she's going to always be looking behind her back. She's not going to be able to really focus on anything. So I think this is a bit of familiarity almost for her, and probably like nuzzles up next to her frog.
As it climbs and as you sort of disappear into the surrounding area, you come to these thoughts of staying and observing and hiding and becoming one with the shadow. And you hear voices as it climbs your neck and begins to cover your head. You hear the voices of, well, you're not sure, but they are familiar. Family or compatriots or something. And you disappear. Underneath Farlight, there is a small contingent, a rebellion that the Lance has taken the four of you to. They have a sort of headquartered hub area in the Undercity where there are very few people around. There is a food cart that has been, for all effect, moved down here, and there is a bulletin board nearby that as well, which shows various job boards and collections to be done for the survival of the people. And there's a list of captured citizens and civilians that are currently God knows where. The Lance gestures you all to enter and just sort of takes a seat on loose furniture nearby. Maisie,
Am I currently conscious?
you are currently conscious.
Okay, so I woke up after that.
Yes.
I think Maisie is really quiet the entire time as opposed to her normal like getting down to business.
Seems like we're all also really quiet instead of getting down to business.
The Lance does look to you all, and they seem to count for a moment before going, "Where's the short one?"
Couldn't
Spark.
find
We
her.
swapped.
What do you mean you swapped?
I don't think we're talking about the same person. That's my bad.
Oh,
We're definitely past all that, but that's me. Sorry. No, yes, the scale with scales. Yes, Spark.
Yes.
We don't know. I was really hoping that she'd be here somewhere, but it doesn't seem like she is.
So you all tried to come in together, or I'm still not clear on how you got here.
we were time traveled. We were time traveled. That's that.
That's right.
That's interesting. What?
We What happened for you after we won?
You guys went to the tower. There was a lot of fighting. I tried to swing the citadel back around to provide extra firepower if need be, but by the time I got there, the tower was gone.
Well, we went back in time because of what happened there to the Arethians. And then there were some misunderstandings. But now we're back here.
Great, cool, without Spark.
Can I try and find her, please, guys?
Yeah.
That would be
Okay.
great.
Okay. Um. Akonis, probably. Maybe Gigi. Punch me in the head as hard as you can.
There is no hesitation. Akonis swings as hard as possible.
Okay.
Maisie is hoping to lose consciousness in this moment to
Yes,
try and
yes.
find Spark.
No, no, no. I know what you're trying to do, and I actually do have an action in mind for this.
Okay.
Because Beacon's wonderful system that it has a narrative mechanic called Use Magic. And you were attempting to call on something that is entirely involuntary. So if you would like to, Harp,
Yeah.
we can go through the creating a spell
Okay.
thing here, and you can
So I
go
have
ahead
to get
and
my
roll for it.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. Purpose. What should the spell do? The spell should send you between. I think we're agreed. You were attempting
Yep.
to
Yes.
move, access a place where you could look for spark without impediment.
Well, more like that's where I think Spark is. So I'm going to look for Spark there.
Yes, yes, of course. I think Maisie more than anyone understands what Spark had going on with the whole shades and summons. Boone, would you like to pick a positive trait for the spell?
It's if we're like it's still flavoring the spell in the form of a punch, I think it would be that it knocks her out but doesn't actually hurt her all that bad.
Okay. And to that end, what do you think a negative trait for the
It would
spell
hurt
would
her
be?
really bad. I think it would hurt her really bad if it was bad.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use my god powers to say the negative is that you will take a wound from this,
Holy shit. Okay.
and that would be necessary for the spell to take this sort of effect. So, with Akonis's help to perform this, and Gigi, you are welcome to speak up if you are also punching Maisie in the head.
I'm not punching Maisie in the head, but I am gonna like catch her so her head doesn't hit the ground.
Okay, I will say that you
Very
get one
very
advantage
K
for
drama style.
you get one advantage for their help.
One advantage. That's a D6 in this game.
That is a d6. So you're gonna roll a
Cool,
d20.
cool, cool. Yeah.
Welcome back to Beacons. We're relearning how to play.
Ooh, folks. Oh, folks. D20 roll is not great. We're gonna need a 4 or higher.
4 or higher on the d6.
It was a 6. Okay, so it
Perfect.
was it's a 12 total. So I'm going to say it avoids its pain. I don't want to take a wound right now.
That is perfectly viable. Akonis, there's beautiful musical contact between your fist and Maisie's skull as a loud crack rings through your head, Maisie, and you are not caught by Gigi because your body has just completely dissipated.
Oh, I'll do it.
And you splash into a sticky black liquid.
This isn't normally here. Spark? Ow. Fuck. Ow. Shit. Ow. Spark? Are you there? I mean, real Spark, not Nightmare Spark, please.
Is it Nightmare Spark? Do I hear it? Do I hear Maisie?
You call on Spark, Maisie, and a spark manifests. This black liquid congeals into spark.
Spark?
Is it me?
Go ahead. As though it were.
Maisie?
Are you the real one?
Are there fake ones?
Yeah. You know how I when I go to bed, I scream every night. Like for a little bit. Or I don't know about every night. Maybe I don't wake up for all of it, but yeah,
Almost every night, yeah.
okay, yeah. Well, yeah, there's fake sparks, and I I don't want what happens to them to happen to you, so I'm gonna take the risk, even if you're not real and you're gonna. Okay, Maisie's gonna walk up to the normal spark, the very normal spark.
Okay.
I'm really sorry about what happened. I didn't mean to do that.
You didn't mean to leave us?
I not it. I regret it. Okay.
I talked with other Maisie, and
Mhm.
they kind of explained that people do things they don't necessarily want to do or mean to do when they're scared. So
Um. Yeah. Uh. Mhm. I know I'm not gonna make it all better right now, but we could really use your help, and we miss you, and everybody's worried about you. Um. And I promise I won't do that again.
you really mean it? You can't say it and then do it.
I'm
This is the last chance.
Spark. I'm done running. And I said that before. I know I said that before. So I guess I. Please believe me.
It's like a little shadowy tear, and yeah, she'll just like I think not being able to kind of like hold in the hesitation anymore, and feeling was hurt, but then Maisie was gone, and this is the first time seeing her back. She can't really hold it anymore, and just like rush, just the wholeheartedly hug around the legs.
The
Maisie.
instant Spark hugs you, she pops, and
Maisie screams.
inky black liquid flows down your person back into the ground underneath you.
Fuck. Okay. Um. I should have known. Fuck. Spark. Please. I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry.
Go ahead and make me a mind save, Harp.
Yeah. Just a flat D20 plus mind. Yeah.
Correct.
It's a 5.
You call for nothing. You call nothing forward. You are just alone in this vast black shadow.
Um. Maisie's going to start running around. Just shouting Spark at this point. At a certain point, if it goes on for long enough, she will start crying.
What else is running through your mind as you begin running, sprinting?
She thinks about how this was all avoidable. about how if she hadn't been so impulsive and hadn't run like that, that this wouldn't be happening right now.
You meet and burst through a barrier into a lush green forest. Spark and Akonis and Gigi are there, but you can see the leftover flakes of Alethos as they dissipate back into the greater systems. But you do not swap out this time.
Guys, I'm sorry. I I didn't mean to do that. It was an impulse. It was I didn't know that they weren't trying to hurt everything. Okay? Hello?
Ink fades. Back to the void.
Fuck.
Give
I
me
fall for
another
it every
mind
time.
save.
The crazy thing is my mind is good. Oh, okay. All right, yeah, that's a 19.
Excellent. Outstanding, even. You continue running. And Spark, you, for just a brief moment, you form enough to pull your consciousness back together to hear footsteps plapping towards you through this muck.
Super on edge.
Please, Spark? Hello?
Maybe?
Spark?
Maybe?
Actually,
Shakes off goop.
Maisie looks terrified with Spark right now.
Sorry, I learned how to hide in the floor. That's the only place that I think I could hide here. Is this
Okay.
where you go? Is this the place where like these guys are from and like you're from and then you're like, oh, you shouldn't go there. It's really scary. I believe
Yep.
you.
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
Are you every time I ask, are you real? I don't know why I don't learn. It's the only way I can ask though. Are you real, Spark?
Looks at hands. I think so.
Okay.
So I could be
Okay,
dead.
that's actually
There was like a big explosion and then poof, here.
okay.
Am I dead? This is where you came when you died, right?
No, actually.
Oh.
Well, I don't actually know because I'm not the one. Okay, Spark, I'm really sorry. Okay, and I don't know what else to say right now.
Um it could be the like near death experience talking or something, but like I get it. Sometimes when things are too much, you make
Uh,
silly decisions. I'm
yeah.
also sorry for all the really mean things that I said about you to other people and in my head while you were gone, but
What?
it's okay. I was just
That's
upset.
fine. Spark, thank you, but it's not okay. I hurt a lot of. I hurt everybody actually. I was gonna name specific people, but I hurt a lot of people. Um,
I guess
and I don't feel good about any of it.
I mean you're right. It's not okay, but you seem to know what you did wrong, and that's the first step, right?
I guess. Spark, I'm sorry. I can't keep going on this conversation any longer without knowing if you're real. Are you okay if I don't know, like give you a hug or something?
Immediately just jumps.
Okay. And the hug is like half a hug, half like Maisie kind of like curled over Spark as if protecting Spark's body from something.
You hear a pop, but it's just the tomato that has been smushed in my front pocket as he's
Maisie
hugged.
audibly gasps. Like right
Aw.
when that happens.
That was my left tomato.
Oh my, we'll get you another one. We'll get you another one, buddy. It's okay. Okay, here's the bad part.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure how to bring you out.
Oh, that's really cool. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. I mean, I was thinking a little bit. It's like I couldn't like fully think, but I could think a little bit. But then I was also like thinking. It's a lot. If I can summon things from here to our world, do you think I could like reverse summon?
Spark, I have no idea. I think you can do whatever you set your mind to. I don't understand most of what you do. That'd be a better question for Book GG, probably.
Yeah.
But
I think. I mean,
it's worth a try.
when I try to bring people from here, I think about my buddies, the Thado and the Ookie Spooky. So maybe I think opposite.
Happy?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're back in Farlight.
What?
Yeah, sorry. I should have. We're back in Farlight.
Like in the future when everyone's dead, or like back when we left?
No, like a little bit after where we left off. Like I don't know, like I don't know the time frame, but like a couple weeks maybe.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
And the lance is okay. And
I thought he was dead.
not so, I guess.
Okay.
What else is good? People are kind of like I feel like the rest of you guys have gotten like a little bit closer, which is cool. Because of what I did. Not that I'm taking credit for that, but I think that okay, so what else?
Drama bond.
Yeah, that. Alithos is okay. Alithos is okay.
Okay. Oh, they have a body again?
Yes. Well, something like that, I guess.
Give me a lot of conflicting thoughts. I'm just gonna think about everybody back together and sun and trees and all my buttons. They didn't make it here with me. They probably exploded, right?
We might still have them. I genuinely don't know.
Damn it. All right. Yeah, I don't know if we're doing a spell here or something, but I think she's gonna try and like reverse summon herself into y'all's world.
Yeah, I think Maisie will reiterate, like, just focus on yourself. I'm gonna wake up eventually. If worst comes to worst, you do not have to bring me with you.
Worst comes to worst, I'm going to abandon you here again. You don't have to do a roll about it. You focus on reuniting with your friends in Farlight, and you focus on Akonis and Alethos and Gigi, and the inky black shadow reaches out to you, Spark. You see this sort of tendril almost begin to draw towards you.
I think this is good. And I think she's like reaches a hand out and into it.
You make
Last time she did this, she blew up. So we'll see.
Make-
Reaching a hand out this time means.
you make contact with it, and it snaps away from the rest of the inky void into a small ink blob in your hand before it takes the shape of a cat with two pure white eyes that look up to you and blink. The cat kneads your palm briefly before squashing, stretching, and then congealing into physical scissors.
I just looks back at Maisie.
What's
That's new.
okay? Maybe you can use it. Try cutting the floor or something. I don't know. If you want, you could try. You could try like cutting like a
Well-
little bit of my arm or something. I don't know if it's like a people thing.
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just kind of like open up the scissors a little and just like kind of test it just out into the goop.
Roll a d6 for this. Please hold. Akonis, you feel something wet drip onto your head.
Akonis kind of ducks their head. There's like a whole body twitch and looks up.
You see a black wet spot on the ceiling is just opened up. And as Spark continues to cut, it grows, and this sort of viscous ink pours out of it almost. But you all do see Maisie and Spark
Spark.
beyond.
Okay, I'm gonna jump down first. I'll catch you. Okay.
Okay.
And Maisie jumps down.
It
Cover.
is a
does not catch Maisie.
Alita
lurching
becomes
rotation
big
as
and
you
catches
leap
Maisie.
through. And you land, and Spark, you follow suit with the scissors in hand before it, the hole shuts behind you, sort of stitches itself back closed with the ink, and the scissors morph back into a cat that settles sort of on your shoulder.
Oh, I gotta think about a new name.
I found him. I found Spark. Everybody, it's Spark.
You all look like you've been through some fit. Like
No worse.
emotionally. You
No
look
worse shit
fine
than you have been
physically.
through. Do you remember the? Do you remember the explosion? Is that insensitive to ask?
I remember a flash of light and then no light. I thought I was dead.
That is probably one of the better ways to remember that experience. I'm glad you are back in the light.
That's concerning. That he just said. But yeah, no, I mean it's death, another go around, whatever. I did get what I've been looking for. I wanted to know where my buddies came from, and it's terrifying.
Oh, you went to the
God.
shadow.
You're alive. Goes for a
Do you
hug.
just
Doesn't
do you
even
just,
like
know
stop for
everything?
personal boundaries.
Lance.
Just hugs the lance.
Lance hugs you as well.
This is did they just have like an encyclopedic knowledge of like every weird piece of shit
No,
like in the universe?
when I do my dimensional shift, the shadow is one of the places I can stop. It's a layered
Actually?
reality
You
thing.
teach me how to do it.
I
Okay,
can't.
I guess I should.
It's the tech in my armor. The Emperor built this.
I guess I should ask you. Do you know why I don't have a shadow?
That I do not.
Okay.
Do I
That's
have a
always
shadow
eluded me.
still?
Yeah, you do. You do still cast your
Okay.
shadow.
Do you know how annoying Gigi is up here with that question? It's like existential in my brain.
Does the cat have a shadow?
The cat does not cast a shadow. In fact, the cat is as Vanta Black in terms of how dark the cat is. It looks as though someone has just edited a cat shape out of reality.
Anish Kapoor is like crying,
Anish Kapoor
shitting,
is-
and throwing
is
up somewhere
seething right now.
because you said Vanta Black.
Imagine if the shadow was just the pinkest pink.
Anish Kapoor not welcome to
Gasp.
watch this stream. I'm
No.
kidding, unless.
Not
I'm
allowed to
just
use it. He has
Not
to
allowed
pay
to
us
watch
to use the
beacons
stream.
on behalf of Anish Kapoor.
Have y'all watched the movie Suzume?
I've been meaning to. It's on my list.
Oh, that's all I'm picturing for this cat is the little cats that are in it. Except white eyes, but they're like weird god other realm kitties too.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, sorry. No, the no shadow thing is weird and freaky, and I don't know why you don't have one. I try not to stay in shadow for too long. If
Yeah, me
I
either,
stop
man.
there.
I don't think it makes you freaky, Maisie.
Thanks.
I mean, it's
That's
not
not what
normal,
I
but I don't
meant.
think it makes you freaky.
Okay, well, I also don't try and stay in shadow, but sometimes it just happens.
Well, you should keep ghost apples on you then.
Ghost apples?
How have I never thought to take one with me?
I don't know. The Emperor made me collect a sample once.
Oh my god,
Do
I
you have a
actually feel
seed?
so stupid. I have to eat
Like
one
a
every single
Ghost
night.
apple seed? They don't have seeds.
How did they grow?
Yeah.
That's hard to explain without upsetting you, and we have more pressing matters to get to.
I
Maisie,
find
know
it
what?
hard to believe you could say something more upsetting to me than anything that's happened to me in the past few days.
They grow from the corpses of dead fairies and pixies.
Yeah.
So like
I mean,
figs.
so do flowers.
No, it's not an actual fruit. It's just ash and dust and fairy corpse inside.
Yeah, it tastes awful.
Like figs and bees.
Yeah,
I'm
except
sorry,
I
you
don't
do
know what
not
a fig
remember
it was made
figs.
of ashes, you know?
Okay.
Anyway,
Fairies are real.
they were.
Now they're
No,
apples.
they're apples.
Now they're apples.
We didn't see a single fairy. That sucks.
But did you eat one?
I don't think so.
I assume Maisie has eaten many.
I ate several. Yeah. All right, this feels judgy all of a sudden.
Anyway,
Let's talk.
we need to topple the church. We need to
Okay.
topple the Arc Sentinels that come with it, because they have instated what is effectively martial law on your fair city, and none of your people are strong enough to stop them. They've
think
been
we can knock this
disappearing
out.
left and right.
I think we knocked this out in about 2 hours and 48 minutes.
What?
Speedrun? Anarchy
We
speedrun?
speedrun getting rid of martial law. It just feels possible. I don't know why.
I don't know how, but there are more sentinels than there are civilians at this point.
Ooh.
And they all seem
And the sentinels
loyal.
are like the guards, not actually The third and brother, then creepy
No,
people with weapons in their face.
brother. You guys killed. What's his name? I don't remember.
Blight.
You guys killed Brother Blight. Someone else killed Brother Plight. Then
Oh,
Orgo
that's good.
Baramet took over the city. Now Sister Anger and Sister Fear have killed Orgo Baramet and have taken the Sentinels under permanent operation.
That's a lot to happen in 2 weeks.
What were
You
the
guys have been
Sentinels?
gone for months.
Months?
A month.
Well, that's weeks.
What is it?
That's the week.
No, weeks is like 3.
And a month is
made of
4. Allegedly. I don't actually know how the calendar works in this world.
Yeah. What's our moon
Weeks
situation
actually
like
longer
there?
than a month here. It's a
What's
whole
the moon situation, JT?
The moon situation?
What sort of calendar
Yeah,
are we
yeah,
working
yeah. What's our
on?
lunar cycle, you know?
That would be good to ask if you ask the Lance.
Hey, the Lance.
I don't want to hear it from. I don't
Can
want
we
to
have
hear
a
it from that guy.
meta bit go into game real quick, please? Lance.
No. Moon cycle's very normal on Forsaken for the most part.
Okay.
What does
Lance,
that
give me your
mean
phone. Let me
here?
peek
Normal
through your
one.
calendar
Having a
app.
normal one.
After Sister Pain and Sister Anger took control of the Sentinels, Mother Grievance started making more public appearances, and she appears to be getting younger.
That's rarely good.
And
Is that-
also, every time we tried to mount a resistance, she only took one person prisoner, and then that person was executed on display for everyone to see. So we've been losing rank and file by disappearance and by quitting, basically. It's not good. Also, the moon's gone.
Oh, so there's no lunar cycle.
Lunar cycle done.
Moon
Essentially.
disappeared about a week after you did.
Do we know why?
Nope, not a goddamn clue.
Bet the tides hate that.
Oh, there's a lot to take in.
Yeah, that's a lot. There's a lot.
I'm
man.
Is my
just
family
attempting to
still
debrief you
alive?
on the mission. I don't
That's a
know.
lot. I thought
Okay,
Are
so
these the
we
type of
did
people
it.
that would like retaliate against us on like our family? Did they even
You guys have
know
family?
any
That
Blythe
depends.
died?
Did the Arc Sentinels know that you killed their brother?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
I don't know. I didn't.
I
I
feel
don't
like they
know your
know.
families. I couldn't
We've been in
possibly.
the future past.
Guys,
Past.
I'm pretty sure they
Days
know.
of future
Complicated.
past.
I don't know who your family is.
We're the only
Um,
kobolds in town. There's like 30 of us and we're all different colors. It's really easy to find us.
Pardon me for
Uh.
not assuming that.
That's true.
I
You're not from
actually,
here. That's fine.
Kind
I
of
should
based.
probably take a look around too after all this.
If you want to go topside and look fine, just don't get spotted.
Wait, where are
We
we?
need
Are we under
cloaks.
town?
We are
Yeah,
under
we're underground.
Farlight.
Interesting.
There's a tunnel network under here that basically connects the entire city.
Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be?
And then like just like hypothetically, not like I'm gonna go walking around in the tunnels or anything. Which direction is north?
The lance points in a direction.
And what side of the city are we on?
We are closest to the gate, so the south side.
Okay.
So we'd have to go all the way north. Can we just get under the citadel and then try and take them out from the inside? Is like that an option?
That would have been an option had someone not just killed the other brother. That's how they got into the citadel.
They used that one.
Okay,
already.
hold on. But they already killed the brother. Then someone else took over. Then they killed them. So it's back in the family, right? Family, you know.
No,
the
it was always in the family.
scary people. But now they're just on high alert.
They're on super high alert. They are kidnapping people, and they will basically kill someone in the streets if they even look at them funny.
And so the ideal is for What, for you to be in charge?
No,
Or
I
your
don't
team?
care.
Historically speaking, if we remove one ruling party, it will be replaced by another.
Right, but if you remove a ruling party, that means that you are strong enough to have a say in who gets to go in that spot.
That's
Which is why I
true.
am asking.
Mother Grievance is the strongest person that I could possibly point to right now. I don't want to be in charge. I already have a whole city to look after that I didn't ask for.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for doing that, by the way.
Why do we need government at all? You know what I'm saying? Let the people rule. That's what I say. It's just personal experience, and
I didn't listen to the government
Theoretically, that
anyway,
is
so
Are you from a
nothing
monarchy?
must have changed for me.
we were.
Oh, word. Okay. Sorry, my bad.
You can't just ask if they're from a monarchy.
There is one place that you could go now that might net you some more information, and that's the lower jails. The barracks on this side of the city are being used to hold any how shall I put this? Non-political dissidents. Basically civilians who commit regular crimes.
Oh,
There are
okay.
people in there who might know something more from listening to the guards or being of wealth or affluence, just to name a particular few reasons they might know things.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
I'm
We will-
totally equipped for investigation. I'm always doing that.
Gigi, you'll be okay, I'm sure. You can investigate.
I'm very good at investigating and thinking.
Gigi, you look nervous about this.
I normally just stab things that are problems,
Okay, we gotta not do that right now. Just right
and
now.
that's why I'm
Unless-
nervous.
Okay. Well, I believe that you can not stab something. I really do.
Okay,
Unless that is how we get into jail.
that I can handle.
Okay, no. If you stab something or someone, you will go to big jail.
Oh,
You will
yeah.
go to
What?
disappear jail.
Ooh.
Stab is a normal non-political crime, correct?
It doesn't matter. The only people you
Depends on
could
who you stab.
morally reasonably stab are sentinels, and they will just take you to disappearing jail.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Can we sneak into this jail? Is this like a accessible jail for us?
Yeah, it's got like two guys guarding it.
Oh.
Easy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we can stop one or two people. GG.
I could use the blunt end.
Yeah, we could knock them out. But
That has been historically effective.
Prisoners would
Just
be
learned how to
helpful.
go to the spooky saddle place.
If you bring a sentinel back, that might be extremely helpful, actually.
I know.
We can-
Sorry, I wasn't here when we were here. Are the Sentinels like people, or are they like some kind of weird?
They're cops.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that clears it up. I actually don't need to know anymore.
Something I would put in the people category at the moment, as far as like militant state goes.
An occupying force. I get it.
They're an occupying force.
I'm with you.
Just
Okay.
don't kill them. Just don't kill them.
Okay.
Leave them alive to ask them questions.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
I can kind of
Seems
do
pretty
that.
cut and dry to me.
Yeah.
Good.
Getting pumped.
Good. Questions? Concerns?
So many.
Okay, concerns that I can solve. Great.
You've done
Good.
a lot. Thank you.
I'm doing what I can for the people I can. Having you guys back is a far greater boon than I could have ever asked for. I didn't know if you were going to come back.
Has neither.
That's true.
Yeah, it sounds like you had a stressful time in the past.
I thought we were gonna have to get back the long way for a minute, and that Alethos would have been fine, but like Akonis would have been fine probably.
Unclear. Willing to test the theory.
I have stopped aging, by the way. I did experiment on myself, and when you planted an acorn in me, I stopped aging.
I was trying to not let you die. You don't
I
have to
just
say it
would
like
like
that.
to be clear on where you probably stand on the aging thing.
Have you begun aging backwards?
No.
Is that what happened to the other one? Does she have an acorn as well?
What other one?
You said was it Mother Grievance?
Mother
Has-
Grievance? No. As far as I can tell, she does not have an acorn.
Mm.
She just has a big weapon
There's
through
just
her
another reason
skull.
that she is doing time backwards.
Maybe a religious one?
Blood magic.
Or blood magic? That could
Sorry,
be-
I do know a few practitioners of blood. That's kind of offensive, but that seems like some shit they would do if I'm thinking about it. Just like, you know.
I'm trying not to speculate on the state of the prisoners who have vanished. But if it is blood magic, I would imagine she
Raisins.
needs to supplement that.
Whew, okay. Let's just go to the prison. I'm not gonna dwell on that one for too long.
Let's go to jail. But like the outside of it, hopefully.
And on the inside,
The
ask some questions.
Lance produces a map and hands it to whomsoever desires to take it most. And you guys make your way. Yes, Akonis? Or Lethos?
I was
Sorry.
just saying I'll take the map. I like a map. I love
You can take
information.
you can take the
Okay.
map. You know
All
what?
right.
The map's a tome. We haven't had enough tomes
A
this
tome?
season.
Tome
Yeah.
Tome mentioned.
Tome Nation, how we
you
feeling?
download Tome Nation. How are we feeling? God, watch Arcane, everybody. It's got.
So glad you got the
It's also got Toxic Yuri in it, for the record. So like birds of a feather, I guess.
Not wrong.
You guys, Alethos downloads the map. You guys make your way topside. You find a sewer grate, and push it open to find. Indeed, it is not. The streets are lit purely by the electricity that is run through the town. There is no moon above you, and I don't even mean that in the new moon sense where it's the dark side of the moon. There's just no moon in the sky. It is eerie, to say the least, because in its place you can see that there are stars whose light can finally make it to your eyes, after trying for probably actual millennia. But it is just a sky of pure stars. There is a light dusting of snow on the ground here, and the air is much chillier up here than down below in the Undercity. And there is absolutely nobody in the street. There are no lights on in houses, just street lamps.
Is this where you guys live?
Yeah, this isn't even the bad part.
This isn't too far off from you, through honestly.
Oh.
That's
This is like the good part of Farlight.
Oh.
It's
oh my god, Akonis, welcome.
I like the star.
This is where we live. I forgot that we didn't start here with you.
I thought I used to live here too, but apparently not.
You're not missing much, if we're gonna be honest.
most beautiful city in the world.
I mean, it definitely looks better than the giant moving one. That one's just kind of spooky.
Yeah.
This one's also spooky, for the record, but in like a stationary way.
Spark.
Yes.
After we're kind of done with the current mission, Your family's from like the market district area, yeah? That's where they're at?
Yeah.
All right, we should go and check that out together sometime then. But not right now.
No, I don't. Like I said, I mean, it's pretty obvious. I guess probably who my family is in this area, but I don't want to draw any more attention to them while we're fucking set up.
Yep. Same.
You guys move through the empty streets. The Lance led you to believe that stealth would be paramount to this. Your notoriety is not unknown to the Church of the Night Watch, but the streets are utterly barren tonight. Your footsteps are speaking volumes more than they would have otherwise been speaking. And as you sort of cross into a more guard-centric district, even still, you can only just a couple blocks away hear just some light, gentle conversation. You can't quite make out what they are saying yet, but you get the feeling that that is the building that the Lance was talking about.
We have like cool, ratty, tattered cloaks to hide our appearance.
The Lance did have a rowdy, tattered cloak closet, yeah.
They can't look too nice, or else you look conspicuous. But
All right, how do you want to do this, guys?
wait, hold on.
Would it be tricky / difficult / risky to get eyes on these people? Alethos wants to see, like, get a read on what these folks look like and try to look kind of like they could be one of them.
Interesting. Well, I mean, like, I can tell you what a sentinel looks like. At least the ones I know.
These are also something I think that Alethos would have seen before. They did used to just patrol the streets, though in fewer numbers than the Lance seems to be reporting now.
Okay. If they are largely unchanged aesthetically from how we would know them, I think that's sort of the garb that Alethos has synthesized for themselves. So that if we steal one or do away with some of them, Alethos can, I don't know, stand guard outside, make sure reinforcements don't come.
Okay. Give me just a
Unless
second
you would
here.
like me to arrest one of you, bring you inside of the jail.
I mean,
I could do that. I could do that. But we can't let them know it's me, or else I'll go to super jail.
And you
that's
should
bad.
probably
That's a bad idea. I don't. How about maybe someone else not gonna go to super jail?
Are there like nearby rooftops and stuff? Like, could I get over to the building
Yeah,
via rooftops?
absolutely.
Okay.
Also, just a quick question. We're trying to like take one of them as like
Mm.
if
I
we can.
could do some.
You know, that's
I was kind of half kidding about the shadow stuff, but also not kidding. I can get in there without anyone seeing me, and then I can blind them so you can just run in and grab one.
okay. Have to be quick then.
And they did say to ideally
So-
not kill them, correct?
Yep. Somebody alive.
How tall are the buildings nearest, JT?
This district is not like the rest of Farlight, where Farlight was sort of built on a slope, and the buildings are old units of other Arethian buildings that have just sort of been stacked on top of each other and integrated into one another. These buildings are just single stories that are laid out in a manner that barracks would be laid out. A sort of military campus almost, because you are close enough to the gate where sentinels would before come here to rest, do shift changes, or just do reports for standard patrol.
I'm gonna jump onto the roof.
Absolutely. I think that you can do that with no issue.
And then if like the barrack building, I don't think I'm on the. We're not like right by the barrack building.
These
Yet,
are
are
a
we?
couple blocks from the barracks.
Yeah. Well, Jeezy's gonna start making her way along the rooftops until she's in like pouncing distance on like whatever guys are standing out in front, because that's pretty easy to do. I got that. I got them dragoon jumps. I can just like kind of just go wherever the hell I want. And she'll give like a thumbs up from the roof.
Yeah, just to like talk out my logic. I have shadow meld where I can become invisible until I attack or force a save.
Yep.
I have my ghost walk armor, so I can literally go through like doors and shit.
Yeah.
And then the thing would provoke a save. Oh, only if they're partially in it. If I have a living shadow that I can then create, and if both those guys are within a burst 2 of it, they're immediately blinded. The only time they have to make a save is if they're only partially in it. So I would stay invisible. They would be blinded, and I can get in there and open a door.
And I can jump down from the roof on their heads.
Yeah.
Okay. And Alethos and Maisie, what are the two of you doing?
I also have, if either of y'all want, I could hand you my daggers, which is a throne. I can't use it because that would be an attack and I'd lose my visibility in this moment. But you can teleport to a free space adjacent to a character. So if y'all needed to like get in there quick, I could hand y'all one of those, just like shoop, pop in. If you can have a light melee weapon.
I believe I have one of
Gotcha.
those, but Macy,
Nice.
if you need
Agree
one,
then.
could be fun, could be
No,
cute.
better for you.
No, I already have one. I don't need it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think we
blink
have it from
dagger?
our same
Oh,
ability
shit.
because we have
I
shared
mean, yeah,
class.
I'll take it. What was I gonna say? If we need help dragging somebody a large distance, that's kind of like my whole thing is grabbing people and bringing them with me. So,
Sounds like we immobilize you.
yeah.
Wolf.
So are we trying
I
to talk to
stomp
anybody
you
inside,
joint.
or are we just getting one of the people and getting out?
I think we want one of the guards, yes?
And then we can go inside and talk to people.
Well,
we want.
I think that'll be difficult.
And then we're trying to not kill anybody, right? So do we have to take both guards? Because the other guy, one guard's gonna know what happened, and let someone have the way to knock them
Well,
out, so they don't
depends
know
on
what
how
happened.
long he's blind. If we blind
True.
him, I grab him with chains, and then we're out of sight, out of mind. Could be.
If you blind them and we take care of one of them, I could attempt to look like that one and stand guard with the guard that we have not taken.
We can also kill the other guard. We only need the alive one to be the one that we bring back.
This is true.
Suppose the Lance did not specify we had to leave all of them alive.
One
I
less
mean, no
card to
matter
deal with
what, I think
later.
if any of us get caught, we're going to disappear jail. So,
Yep.
what's
To be
another
fair, I
life
think we
on
can
our
take
hands?
on as many guards as we need to right now, like us alone. But it'll just be a matter of that makes shit difficult for us later on.
We should, if we are going to take them out, we should make it quick and quiet so that they do not bring in reinforcements.
I agree.
I think this plan
2
is
we can take.
pretty
15,
decent.
perhaps not.
Cool. You guys watch as Spark bubbles and erupts into this inky shadow before slinking into actual like light shadows. And Spark, you begin to move towards these guards, whereupon you may blind them at your team's behest. Maisie
Yeah, I'm just like
and
standing in between them, just waiting for the signal.
Akonis and Alethos, what are you guys doing to prep for this? Are you just waiting for a signal?
I am waiting at the maximum range of my chains.
Okay.
I think Alethos has adjusted their appearance to look like a guard. And then once we get closer, we'll look like a specific guard. But from a distance, hopefully they look passable, so that while folks are inside dealing with stuff, everything's fine out here. Other guy went for a potty break sort of situation.
Okay.
Just waiting for the signal.
And Akonis, are you just waiting as well?
Yes. I think so.
Okay, great. Which of you is giving the signal?
I
Sorry, you go.
oh nope, go ahead.
No, I think it should be Akonis.
Uh I'm going to make eye contact with whoever is farthest from me, and I'm gonna hold up onion, and whoever nods, whoever that person, I don't quite understand what order placement we all are, but the signal will be throwing onion at a guard.
Spark, you see Akonis loft onion and prepare to
Launch.
hurl.
Oh, okay, yes.
All right. Then I think behind the guards, out of kind of the shadow that I am hiding in, just probably Spark doesn't know, but probably traumatizing to Maisie, a like shadow version of Spark like forms next to them and then explodes out into just like black smoke essentially. And is yeah, fully blinding them. Last thing they
Okay.
saw was a rodent. From I'm sure what they think. The magic mouth. All coming back together. I'm starting a rumor about magic mice in this damn place.
Cool. You guys watch a shadow cloud basically poof out from Spark. The guards, obviously surprised by this, are dazed for the moment. So, in any order you would like to, you may take your actions to detain and acquiesce.
Gigi's waiting to hear a chain, then she's gonna like jump down on top of one of them.
Okay. Chains then. Maze is gonna send him out like right when the smoke cloud hits.
Okay. The chains fly, onion flies, I assume, into the black smoke. You feel your chains find purchase on a sentinel, which GG, you leap down into the smoke as well. Are you going for the guard that Maisie snatched or for the other guard?
Probably the one that's not chained first, I would think.
Okay.
Just kind of like a land on and then like a
Yes.
spear shaft smack to the other one, like after I've done my cool little landing.
Mm-hmm. And Alethos, what are you doing?
I'm sort of waiting to hear two like solid thuds, like connecting hits. And then sort of just sauntering over. I look like a guard. I look like I go here. I'm checking on the situation. It's probably
Playing
fine.
Candy Crush on your phone. You're
Yeah.
perfect cop disguise.
Maisie, you yank one guard back. The other guard is unconscious underneath Gigi. The cloud begins to clear.
I get a good look at one of their faces, and it's my face now. Yoink.
Onion is sitting triumphantly on top of the one that Maisie caught. And the other guard is unconscious at the moment.
But the one I have is still conscious.
Onion moves with enough impact, and these guards are trivial enough strength-wise for Onion to have been enough to knock this guy unconscious.
I mean, if he's not unconscious now, he will be when I'd hit him with the blunt end of my spear.
Yeah, I think like right as the pull comes in, like just regardless, just to be sure, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. Okay, we're good.
As the dust settles here, Alethos, you hear behind you from the jail. Psst, hey,
Just sort of about face. Doesn't say anything because I didn't hear these fools talk with voices.
you look through whatever slat is behind you in this post that you've taken up. You can see into the jail clearly. There is a gentleman with a trench coat and a very styled and pointed beard and a maroon top hat. The trench coat and the top hat do not match.
Excellent.
I'd like to be abundantly clear. And the rest of this guy's clothes don't match either. But he does have a wrench looped into his belt. You guys are cool, right? Yeah, no, cool. Let me out of here.
What do
I'm
you
the
mean
only
by
one in
cool?
here.
Just does the and
How do we know
turns
you're cool?
around.
What do you
I
mean,
think
how do I know
like
I'm cool? I'm in
leans over to
jail.
the side, grabs the keys off of whatever guard is unconscious, and just sort of hangs out by the door.
Why are you in jail?
Well, I figured that Sentinels weren't using some of their workshops now that martial law has been declared, so I helped myself to some of the spare parts.
Okay, yeah, he's
Ooh,
cool.
if this person's working in workshops and shit, do I recognize them or someone in this town?
You know what? Give me a mind roll, and I'll say you can
Wait,
have
hold on.
advantage on it.
Wonderful. That means I'll have 2 advantage because my little buddy.
Point of order: are we getting these guards inside in an alley? Are we getting them just not in the street
18.
at some point?
Yeah, Gigi's just lugging one of them like inside the building.
Okay,
The one that we're not taking with us to the sewers.
because this disguise only works if there's not 2 of them dead on the ground next to me.
Yeah, I mean Maisie's already making off with one of them.
Sick.
I'm still invisible, but I've like come up to where like this person doesn't know that I'm like face to face with them, just like really trying to figure out what their deal is. But I roll at 18.
You do recognize this guy. He is a, how do I put this? He is a failing tinkerer. You only know him by the name Mosfetter. And his shop is not but 2 stalls down from where your parents sell their wares, and he does not sell well.
Just from the shadows. I mean, they're not really cool. They can't make fit, but I don't think they belong in jail.
That's entirely rude and incredibly presumptuous. I happen to be on the verge of an incredible breakthrough, but thank you,
Oh, yeah?
mysterious, ominous voice, for disparaging my work.
I
would
walk
you
like
call that
through the
voice
bars and then
confident?
answer from behind them this time. What are you working on?
He fully like jumps back, hits the bars with a very loud thud, and just kind of looks you up and down. Oh, you're their kid, aren't you?
Yep. How you doing, Mothball?
Mossfetter.
Yeah, like that.
Much better.
Moxie Mossfetter at your service.
Moxie, I like that Moxie.
Well, I was doing fine until I was imprisoned wrongly for borrowing free available material.
Well, he doesn't seem like a class traitor to me. We can probably let him out.
You can let me
I had
out.
to do
I'll
the
go.
same thing.
I can join you at your home base where I will share with you my massive, incredible breakthrough.
What is that?
You could just tell us the breakthrough now.
I can't do that because then you'll steal it. I need to show you. Because then everybody there will see that I've invented it. And
Maybe we just leave this one here.
don't no, come on. Hey.
No, I mean, he's got that like kind of vaguely annoying personality that we just attract. So it'd feel weird to leave him in here when we've got so many others. You
Yes,
know,
Want him
listen,
to follow,
We need some
listen to
sort
the
of
jumpy
follow us
one.
though.
Just from outside the
Jumpy?
door, it does not seem like he has much of anything to offer. If he cannot show us anything now.
There's stuff in my workshop I could give you
Like what?
if you need payment, but I thought you were the heroes of yore what slayed brother Blight.
Oh, they do know.
I at least recognize that one and that one.
Wait, who does he
Hi.
point to?
He points to Maisie and Spark.
Yeah.
How long have you been in here?
2 weeks.
What do you know?
Have you?
I'll tell you what.
I know what. I have heard the Sentinels discussing much, and I am happy to divulge it to you if you let me out.
Okay, that's fine. I think we should let him out. It's
Like,
whatever.
Yeah, I
wait.
decided to let him
I-
out like 5 minutes ago. This was
Oh
just
man.
Just like
Well-
one piece of information before we just so that we know he's not
Like,
full of BS.
Okay, fine.
well, he's obviously full
Fine.
of bullshit.
Well,
How
yeah,
about
but like
this?
if he's full of information in addition to the BS.
The Night Watch, as it were, has a secret weapon up their sleeve. And that secret weapon is not Mother Grievance. I have heard that she has pulled down a most divine specimen with which to barter. Sentinel's words, not mine. I happen to know much more regarding their routes, places they watch, and how to get into the Citadel.
Are you saying that they like are talking to a god?
That is not what I said.
You said
You talking about the
divine.
moon?
Yeah, what happened to the moon?
So you're more than just a spear.
Okay. Can we leave him? What the fuck?
No, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
That was
Like,
the most like dehumanizing compliment I've ever received. What the fuck?
can we at least just see if there's
Get outta here,
anybody
bro.
else in here who might be more useful, and then we can leave
Well,
this guy behind?
Here's a thought, real quick, guys. What if on like a timer, all right, like I don't know, we set up a time and then we let everybody out, so all the guards are up here while we're making a run for the place that we're going.
Brilliant, excellent idea. Were I not the only prisoner?
Oh, are you
What the
actually
hell?
the
Why
only
are you the
prisoner?
only prisoner?
Well, the
All
other
the rest
They
of them
weren't
go to
cool
prisoners
enough
are
to go to
locked.
disappear jail.
Yes, I guess they were bold enough to go to disappear jail, whatever that means.
You don't want to know what it
Disappear.
means.
Okay, let's just take this guy then. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, take this guy.
Come on, mothball.
He's safer
Let's
in here.
go.
Mossfetter.
Much
Walk through
better.
the bars again. I'm not unlocking it, but I'm like, let's go.
Where are the keys?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I already said I decided when
He
I
was
saw his
he
funny
was
hat.
kind of a jerk to you though.
Yeah, but like,
I apologized.
We can take him in a fight.
Did you mean it?
Yeah, we've knocked out 2 guards
Of
with
course
like
I meant to.
I was
no
a child
issue.
soldier, so
I
like,
think
you
we
know,
can
he's
knock
doing
them.
pretty good so far.
Take me for a snake oil salesman?
Yeah,
No, just a
but-
bad one.
We don't think he's. Do we think he's like
he kind
a
of.
setup? Do you think like they
He-
want us to take him out? Do you think this is like
You
a
are welcome to
purposeful
search
thing
my
that you're
person
thinking?
for any tracking devices or otherwise nefarious entities.
Okay,
It
I don't
kind of
want to do
seems
that.
too dumb to be like dangerous.
Too
You know,
dumb.
All right, let's
like
just get out of here before more guards
If he
come.
starts making too much noise, Macy, perhaps punch him. That is
No,
proven
no, no, no,
effective.
no. I need to take you to my workshop. It's in the market district.
We're not going to the workshop.
No.
No.
We have to go to my workshop first. How am
No.
I supposed to be
Why?
of use to you if I don't get the things I need for my research?
You have information. That's all we need you for.
Worst comes to worst, we can grab some shit from your workshop for you. Okay,
can you-
man?
I can, if you make a list, I can
What
go.
about you? The small one, the kobold. You're
Yeah.
not curious about your family? They're in the
Yeah.
market district.
No.
You don't know the search patterns of the patrols here anymore. You've been gone. Whisked away by adventure into the greater unknown. Everybody knows about it.
that's crazy. That this guy's wild.
See,
He
this
just-
lead with this.
You need someone
With
to lead you
information.
through the city.
No.
Else you'll get caught and whisked away to disappear prison. Whatever that means.
And you think
need
we
a
have to do this
guide.
right now?
We do not need a guide. We need information.
We also might need a guide, to be fair.
If the guide just gives us the information, we don't need the guide.
There are a lot of subtleties about the patrol that I can't exactly relay in language.
I reach through the bars and grab him by the lapel. Like, I'll extend my arm as much as needed and grab him by the lapel. And I'm just going to yank him face first into the bars. And I'm going to say very quietly, your chances of getting out of here increase if you have information about Spark's family that you can share right now.
I know where they are.
That doesn't help me.
It does help you. There's information in the information.
Tell me where they are.
How much for thinking in layers are you guys? If I know where they are, that means they're alive.
Not what I asked.
Yeah, we got that, man. We're concerned with where they are.
In the market district.
I think we can navigate the market district on our own, and I'm just going to drop him.
If we leave
Alright,
him here
buddy.
now, he's gonna rat to the other guards.
If we take him with us, he's going to get us caught.
You could punch him. And then he won't do much of anything. Looking directly at Maisie.
I mean, we have to go back to the place we came from first anyway, because we have 2 guards.
Yeah,
Oh.
Maisie fully like there's just chains like standing next to her with another guard.
Maisie
Wrapped
double
up.
fisting guards at the function.
Well, Maisie's not even holding them; it's just her chains.
So I think, why don't we just all go there, and then if we decide they're a rat, I'll make our own disappeared Dale for them or something.
No, listen. Listen now. Listen good. If you do not let me out now and you do not come back soon enough for the new guard rotation to come through,
I would
you
think that
will
we're
be
taking
caught.
you with us. I was vouching for you.
Oh, well, good. Thank you.
You
Oh
really
my
just
God.
like we were
I
gonna
hate
let
this
you out
guy.
at the beginning of this conversation, and we've gone back and forth like 8
You're not a
times.
very
'cause you won't
trusted group
shut
of
up.
people.
So then why do you want to
You
come with
heard
us?
our story. You
What a
think
very-
we've been through the
We have reason to
sitting
not.
back.
Guys, we should let's just take him. Let's just go.
I don't
It'll be
wanna
fine.
bring him.
Taking him leaves us with the most control.
Yes.
Leaving him here, we don't know what the fuck he's gonna do.
It's not
If
like
he
we
Leaving him
can't
here.
just kill him if he's too annoying.
That's
Agreed.
true. He's too annoying. Can we
Please
kill him
don't.
now?
Well, then don't be annoying. You're
I
not
don't
doing
know
great
what
so
you're
far.
talking about.
And at this point, we do not know what you are talking about. That is the problem.
Guys, he has one point, and it's that guards are gonna come around eventually. So
I'm
Gigi's
unlocking the
like,
door
"Oh, there."
and getting a hand on his mouth and just like walking about the function.
Kids are up.
I am mostly worried that he's going to start making noise when we're trying to leave
Mhm.
because he seems to like to talk himself into corners, which is fine when we're not trying to be stealthy.
As you guys make your way, I assume, back into the sewers to drop off the guards with the lance, we are going to go ahead and take a little breaky break, a little get up and stretch your
Okay.
legs and get a drink and do bio stuff if necessary. When we come back, there will be more. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
All right. In that case,
Be right back,
see you guys in a few
guys.
minutes. I think we all like beacons of Farlight. We're back.
A little bit.
We all like
Hey,
Beacons
think
of
I'm so
Farlight, just a little bit.
Just a little. We like beacons of Farlight.
It's a little bit.
We are so back.
Literally one of my favorite games.
Hey, Tom Nation.
Hey,
How we
Hey,
doing?
what's up,
Feeling.
what's up, Tom Nation?
What's up, Dome Nation?
Maybe
Welcome
the
back.
Farlight was the friends we made along the way.
Roll credits.
Roll
did it.
credits.
Maybe we were the beacons of Farlight.
Yeah,
all
what are we,
along.
some kind of beacons of Farlight? Sorry.
Yeah.
Watch Arcane. For Christ's
No.
sake.
It's a good.
I
It's a
still
great.
haven't watched
That's
it.
so good.
Like I know
It's-
it's for me. I just haven't watched it.
It's got everything we have, plus it also has Heimerdinger.
That's true.
I don't know what that is.
I love
We could
Heimerdinger.
never-
Eve, you are going to love it.
A
Anyway,
name like
welcome back.
Heimerdinger.
Go look them up while I do this. Welcome back, everybody. Last we left off our wonderful little beacons. They found the single most charismatic and beautiful man in Farlight trapped in jail for no reason, and so valiantly and heroically rescued him with no qualms or argumentation about it at all. You guys are back down in the Undercity. You are just returning back to the headquarters that the Lance had shown you with the map given to Olithos in the form of a tome. The guards are swiftly taken away by extraneous forces of the rebellion and are taken to a sort of holding area, and the Lance brings you over to the sort of little conference area that they had initially shown you just to ask how it went. If you saw anything out of ordinary, let me know. I don't know this city that well, so I don't know how dead the streets are supposed to be. But
Not that dead.
great. Well, not obviously not great, but you rescued someone from jail, and you brought us two very valuable informants.
hmm
How are you guys feeling? Do you need time to like rest? Do you?
Have we had time to rest?
It was
Above
basically you
table?
guys crashed through time, landed here, and then the Lance sent you out on an easy mission to sort of give you guys a chance to see Farlight as it is now.
I
I'm gonna
wouldn't be
real. I
mad
don't know
about.
that most of us would know what to do with rest at this point.
That's also true.
I would just like a chance to change. I do not like being a cop.
You can do that at any time, can't you?
People make weird looks when I change in front of them.
Nobody here's going to do that. They've seen worse and weirder.
Is that true?
Well, they have now. I'll remind you that there is kind of just a rolling armored citadel out there.
That's true. That's on me.
Cool. Well, I have had rooms set up for you guys. It's just a couple rooms with like 3 beds put in each. And a special bed put up for Onion, of course. But I am sorry that this is what you had to come back to.
It's okay. Not your fault. Obviously not your fault, right? I think some of us should check the market district. I'm not sure if that's a right now thing, but it should be a soon thing, probably. I think. Spark? Yeah, right now?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Do we trust this
I don't think I'm
information?
gonna get to sleep if I don't.
Gigi's gonna look. Hold on, wait, let me scroll up to name. Look,
Moxie
Mr.
Mossfetter.
Mr. Much
Mossball.
Better, in the like right in the eyes and be like, "You punking us?
Am I punking you?
Yeah, you
What?
lying?
You let me out of prison. As far as I'm concerned, I owe you at least a favor.
Make
Maybe
it two.
more. 2. Yes.
Minimum.
2 is more.
All right, I think he's
favors.
good. He's good.
I need to go there anyway to get my stuff, as I told you. I think this breakthrough could really help the resistance. What an adorable cat. Above table, out of character.
In character.
In character, also. What
He's
an
a
adorable
poodle.
cat.
I moved her bed off the desk because I wanted to eat food. Now she's throwing a fit. She doesn't have a bed. Fix it.
Yeah. I mean, we can just turn around and go now if we want.
I would appreciate that.
Is everybody okay with that? Sorry, I know this is kind of
Are we
a.
all going, or just like some of us, or like what's the?
I
What was
guess
the deal?
nobody has to come if they don't want to.
I'd like to come.
Okay, yeah, Far's going. You're going. That guy's going.
I'm happy to go.
Okay, well, it feels like everybody's going. Akonis, are you going?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody's going. Lance? No, you got an interrogation.
I
I'm gonna let you do that.
I have to. I'm not going to tell you how I plan to interrogate these men. I just have to interrogate them.
I can imagine y'all's whole. I can imagine. We talking thumb screws or what?
No, what? No.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I read the room wrong. All right.
You do see the Lance pull out a phone book.
What is that?
You guys have never heard that? Phone books don't leave bruises.
That
Where
can't
did
be
you?
right.
What is a phone?
What is a book?
Sorry, Lance. Wow. Okay, you know what a book is.
All I know is tomes, bestie.
It's like a
No
tome
book,
made of
only
paper.
tome.
That can't be. That's nothing.
No, we
You're
definitely
saying
know
nothing
book.
at me.
Okay, sorry, my bad. The surface area of this dense rectangular object will not bruise them.
But Tater will.
Tater has a tater chair now.
Aw.
Oh
Peter
God.
Jr.
It did look like he was trying to climb you, though.
Yeah, because he is.
Oh, my
Okay,
God.
cool.
All right. Let's kick it, maybe.
Off we go.
You see Moxie sort of straightens his trench coat and begins to walk away. You guys follow the map again, emerge in the market district. Moxie peeks up first, watches a patrol move by, and then gestures for you guys to follow him up. I need everybody to make me a stealth roll, if you would.
Can I do a
Scene.
goofy thing? And take my scout form? Because we're being sneaky?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm trying my hardest to look like that damn Vanta Black cat.
It's really hard for a being made of light.
Yeah. It's a fun challenge. I'm trying to challenge myself lately.
How do we recoup mana? Over time at all, or
No, there are mechanical ways to do it in combat or through a rest.
okay, and we haven't had a rest, I'm
Correct.
assuming. Cool. Do I use my ability again?
Do we add anything to this?
If you have a skill that would pertain to it, yes. Otherwise, no.
I'm not going to yet, but I will be ready to poof away if it starts looking bad. But I'm not going to preemptively invisible. I should have.
I got 12.
17 for
14.
me.
17,
Oh,
14,
shit.
12.
So maybe I do go invisible.
One.
If I hear myself making a lot of noise in comparison to everyone else.
It is a group check,
Oh, okay.
so
Well,
your success
sorry,
is
y'all.
not entirely contingent on your own. In fact, Moxie is going to make 2 rolls.
If Moxie rolls a 1, we gotta kill him.
Well, the first roll is a malfunction roll for his tech.
Oh, good.
The second
Uh,
is a malfunction roll for
You
his
see, he
For his-
pulls off one of the white like carny gloves that he was wearing, and he's got a prosthetic arm that is very mechanical. It's all pistons and gears. He sticks a screwdriver in it and he twists, and you see it does begin to like whir and spark up, but eventually you watch as light sort of bends around him. So he's going to make a stealth roll with advantage. Cool. Kit, what did you roll?
like obscenely high. That was like a 22.
Okay. Assuming that Spark
gone.
was the only one, the rest of you rolled high enough that you do not encounter any other guard patrols with Moxie's help. You guys come to a market stall behind which is a cave with a big stone in front of the entrance. A stone, Spark, that you would note is not typically there.
What's with the big rock?
Well, I imagine they barricaded themselves in at the time of, the martial lawing. Selling scrap and selling trinkets and the like became illegal because, well, you could be selling weapons.
Sorry, selling scrap became illegal?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
All scouts and scavengers who had to acquire material were basically made to report to the church.
Okay. Do you know what happened to the people selling scrap? Were they just told to knock it off, or were they taken to prison?
That depends. Which ones?
Around here.
Like end of road, big shop kind of deal?
Yep.
Sprawling shelves?
Yep.
They, I think, you see just a little puff of smoke come from his ear. I don't remember.
Okay.
That.
I apologize. We are. We can check. My workshop is not too far from there.
Spark's parents take priority over everything.
No, yes, you guys are welcome to attend to that. I'm gonna go to my workshop and get the stuff that I need.
I'll keep an eye
So-
on you.
You're welcome to try. That's not a threat.
I think
I'm sorry.
me and
That's
one other person will keep an eye on you.
maybe a little
That
bit
felt like
too
a threat.
ominous for
I'll
you.
come here.
For you guys.
You and one other it's me.
There's a cat
Sounds good.
at his ankles that just sort of does the like arched back hiss thing at him.
You are very disturbing to look at right now. You know that?
Lick at its paw.
A little void cat jumps down there and starts doing the same thing.
Great.
You
Spark?
can't tell which
Uh,
one's which.
Sorry.
So who's going with and who's staying behind at Spark's family's cave?
Yeah, I was gonna ask Spark, Akonis, Alethos. You guys got this?
I was gonna come
Yeah.
back and I was gonna come with y'all and keep an eye on
Oh, okay.
the dude. I mean, unless you don't want me to.
No, it'll be good if you. I mean, if you want to come, Maisie looks at Gigi.
She's like
Uh,
looking anywhere else. like just so indifferent to the answer to this, but
Spark Econis, you guys got this. You want one more person?
I think we'll
Okay.
be
That's fine.
fine.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. We will go ahead and start with Spark and Akonis.
Um, do I just like knock on the rock? That feels weird, right?
That does feel a little weird. Do you want to try to move the rock?
Hmm.
Was there another way in?
I'm just worried that the rock is also going to be trapped, rather than the family. You know?
Fair. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, do we have a little back door, back tunnel somewhere?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You and your siblings
Farlight.
use it more often than your parents ever did, but
Yeah. Like sneak around. There's probably like, a big fallen like piece of another building or rock or something that kind of blocks a little entrance.
you managed to worm your way through with no problem. Akonis, I'm going to need you to make a bulk roll to sort of squeeze through this kobold-sized passage.
Okay. That is an 18.
That is really good. You managed to slip in and follow Spark flawlessly. The tunnel winds for quite a ways until you come to a rather dark cave opening. The table is not set, but there are plates and cups left on it. And you don't see anyone at first, but Spark, you know your family. And you turn to various crevices and hiding spots where they had all, in just the moment before your entrance, scurried to hide because they heard someone coming down their safety tunnel. Before you hear just the shrill motherly voice of someone saying, Spark! And sprinting to greet you.
Just like immediate like busts into tears and is just like looking in all the little spots, like making eyes and just doing a little count to see if the whole color of the rainbow is still here. Oh, they're really scared that they were gonna be gone. It just goes into just blubbering.
You managed to get a head count. Everybody is in this cave. And they are all blubbering and talking to you all at once as well. Akonis, it's a little bit overwhelming. All these little kobolds talking to each other and crying over each other. We thought you were killed by Brother Blight in the fight when he died. We didn't know what they had you doing or why they made you leave the city, and then you disappeared for a month, and then this other guy with the pointy stick showed up and just looked at us and then left immediately.
He didn't even tell you I was alive.
Well, he said he didn't know.
Oh, I guess that's valid. They did know. Okay. Honestly,
Anyway.
though, it's probably best that everyone thought I was dead. I was really worried that if they didn't, that they would, I don't know, do something with y'all.
No, we had to close up shop once the Sentinels started collecting people who were selling stuff like that. So we've kind of just moved the back supply into a couple crates, and we were gonna try to like move, but we don't know about other cities that would buy bombs and traps and such.
I don't have much input on that. We just saw a lot of woods, and then the walking town like gone? She just like registers that and like looks over at Akonis. Did that feel like this?
I think so. Out there somewhere, unless it has disappeared in
They're
the last month.
rulerless now, right? Like, didn't he die? Did the emperor die? It's wild out there, y'all.
Emperor? What
Yeah.
what happened to you?
Just like super fast, no breath, gives like this like detailed story of the adventure, including tomatoes and talking to gods and going to the past and thinking that they were dead and there's an emperor in a walking city and blah, 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 blah.
You are so brave.
Thanks.
Never in a million years did I think one of our family was going to go back in time.
I didn't think it was possible. It all
We
started
didn't
because it's a
either.
magic mouse.
Our
Don't listen to
family's been
Magic
trying to
Mouse.
solve it for actual generations.
To
Time
go back in time?
Yes. Well, no, not specifically to go back in time. We've just been trying to solve it.
Well, I can't really. I don't have much input on how to do it, though I know someone that does. So I think it might have a different
Well,
routing than you need.
that's
But I can do
good.
this, and she'll do that little teleport that the Lance taught her.
That's very impressive. I don't think that any of us can do that. You have to teach us that sometime. Are you and your friend here to stay? Because we can set a place for you at the table, and we have enough food to last us for probably at least as long as it's going to take for the Night Watch to come to their senses.
Akonis, can we make stuff with our thieves for them?
Sure. If there are any seeds, I can certainly grow something.
Oh, we have
Mush
all-
tomato out of the front pocket. That's all I got.
I will take the tomato seeds and start to grow some tomatoes.
All of Spark's siblings rush up and start plucking tomatoes left and right. They just toss it straight into their maw, couple chomps, and it's gone.
Yeah, if you have the what's the thing? I can't even remember what it's called. I also have it where you just can't handle like the mouth noises. This is a nightmare. As like 6 little kobolds are just like hop pop pop.
Spark, your dad pipes up.
Stephonia.
So you mean to stay home now, right? You're going to return back to the family trade?
I'd really like to, honestly, but I think we have to fight the scary people left.
We were afraid you might say that, and we all talked about it. Well, we talked about what would happen if you came home, and we decided that we would like to help.
No, it's just knowing that they're okay is enough. I'll be more focused. I don't.
Well, no, Spark. Listen, we don't have to go to the actual fight. We couldn't do what you do. I can't possibly imagine slaying either of the sisters or Mother Grievance, but we've got basically a storehouse of bombs and traps.
That'll save me so much time.
So if we can help you knock down the tower, so to speak, we would love to. We're tired of hiding in caves.
What if we blow up the whole church? Like goes off into some realm of thinking, the thoughts everywhere. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Do you know there's tunnels under the city?
Really? We thought those were just sewers.
Probably a mix of both, honestly. But we'll like kind of like sketch out a little like from memory general thing. Just I want you to know that there's somewhere to get away if things do get bad.
We will make our way there, and we'll see you there.
Yeah. You're. I may be good at like making like bringing little buddies and doing like disappearing stuff, but looks over to her dad. Your bombs are unmatched. I'd love to steal some.
Right before things went south, we'll say, we discovered how to split atoms.
What? I've been trying to
Yeah.
do that for like 4 years.
It makes quite an impact.
Okay. I'm gonna assume
Okay.
that's one that I don't like do while I'm nearby.
No, yes, no.
Okay.
We did it outside the city before the gates were closed.
Oh.
We leveled a few patches of land.
She looks so proud of her little anarchist family. Okay. Yeah, that could help.
And Spark, we love you and we're very proud of you.
Thanks. I love you guys too. I'm glad you're not dead.
Your dad straightens up, perks up, claps twice, and says, "All right, get the bombs. We're shipping out." And they will begin. Your siblings all get together to move the stone out of the way of the cave. They all begin packing up the crates and loading them onto grav carriers. What would the two of you like to do?
I have just been
Um,
silently growing as many tomatoes as possible for the family to take with them.
Yeah, probably like helping a bit as possible, but also just like keeping a general eye, making sure no one who would be upset by a bunch of bombs is coming anywhere near the cave.
Okay. We are going to cut over to Maisie, Gigi, Alethos, and Moxie. Moxie is strolling ahead of you guys down the street towards their workshop. It is a very rickety looking workshop. Like someone took one of the more shipping container esque buildings in the market district and basically built deeply unsturdy wood pylons on it.
He's just like, I hope the inventions look better than the workshop.
Okay, I have a few things to grab from inside, but your scrap sellers should be just that building there.
Yeah, I gotcha. Thank you.
Of course. I will be out in less than 20 minutes.
Okay,
Cat
man.
Alethos sort of winds around Macy's feet. I will keep an eye on him while you are busy.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Trotting into the shadows, sneaking into this dude's whole deal.
Thanks.
Got your back.
Yeah. Me and the scabs used to sell some scrap to this shop. Or well, they did all the selling. I never actually came down. I'm gonna like peek in the windows, like just like get my eyes in there. Very hesitantly.
There is no scrap on the shelves. There's no scrap on the wall. It is barren and empty. The only thing that you can see through the window is a small rectangular piece of paper sitting on the counter. The lights are out, and the door is not locked, but closed.
I need to go in.
Okay, well, that looks like a very obvious trap, so I will come with you.
Okay, it's not, but
It's just,
thanks.
it's just like a very conspicuous piece of, you know what I mean? Like,
Maisie is like Maisie looks like panicking.
You enter and you approach. It is an envelope. The flush side is face up, and it has your name fully written out on it.
Can I ask what the name fully written out is?
I do not remember your full name. It does just say, it does start with Sarah.
Okay, Sarah Mason, then.
Yes.
Picks it up.
Do you open it?
Yeah, I think so. I think she hesitates for like a long time.
Sarah, if you are alive, we hope that this finds you somehow. We don't know what happened to you after you left. We just wanted to make sure that we said we were sorry before we left. A while ago, a man claiming to be a concept came through and gave us a way out. We have moved to new pastures. We hope that you are able to accomplish what you want to accomplish, but finding us for the meantime will be impossible as long as the moon is not in the sky, and as long as we have not made up for our mistakes.
Maisie puts it down. They can't stop fucking running either.
What does that mean?
It means cowardice runs in the family.
You came back.
Sure did. If they ever decide to show their face, I'm gonna give them an earful.
As is good and right.
Okay.
They're family.
Well. Sarah's not really here anymore, so.
What do you mean by that?
It's like Sarah was always running from shit, you know? Running away from everything. I don't know. Yeah. We should find the others.
Yeah?
Listen, Gigi, I'm sorry.
Sure.
Because we only get to be together for like 10 days or like a couple weeks or something, and I threw away 2 of those because I ran away because I was stupid, okay?
I think you already apologized for that.
Okay, well, what do you want me to do then?
Not get mad?
Why would I be mad at you? It's fine. Sorry. No, I don't mean to be like I don't mean to have a temper.
No,
It's
I
just shows.
not for anything. For what I'm about to say. I
What'd you do?
I'm kind of staying.
What do you mean?
Like
That's
staying here.
you can't. What? That's not. That's you can't do that, can you?
Apparently,
How?
that's a book GG question.
But wait, but you're serious?
Yeah,
You're staying here? And you know
I
that
think
for sure?
I don't think I really have a choice at this point. I think my molecules got realigned or something.
What the fuck? And you didn't tell me?
That and that's the don't get mad.
Why would I be
part.
mad about that, Gigi? And I think she hugs her.
Oh, she hugs Maisie back.
Okay. Um. Okay. This is. Yeah. We should. I think she leaves the note in the shop. We should find the others.
That's good.
Alethos, you follow Moxie into his workshop. It is as disorienting and disorganized as you could possibly imagine a tinkerer's workshop to be. You see he is rummaging through various cabinets, grabbing mostly gears and pistons and a few what you can only assume are copper coils. This is rudimentary electronic equipment and mechanical equipment. It is no wonder that Spark did not seem particularly impressed with this guy. Up until the point where he finds and pulls out a gold and blue box. The box itself, Alethos, you can discern, is made of solid lapis lazuli, and the trimmings of it are gold. He pulls out a small key, sticks it in, turns the key, and the box unlatches. And inside, you see a reflection crystal, the same kind that Gigi and Maisie have been picking up. And you see a mini marble-sized drip core.
So when we discussed what a drip core is and doesn't is made of, it's like a tiny sun. Like, what's the energy output of this sort of thing? Is it contained? Is it?
The instant he opens the box, I imagine you have an internal sort of Geiger counter for this. It is going absolutely nuts.
Oh,
You do notice one thing,
mm-hmm.
a single thing. The one small minute detail that you could possibly notice about a drip core, because all drip cores are either this way or that. This drip core is, unlike every other one you've encountered, entirely and perfectly stable.
They don't do that.
The Eurethians never did that.
I think as he's sort of, opening this box and rummaging through it, there's the cat sort of at his feet, and it just sort of falls into a blob of void on the floor and then comes back up into a tall person. Just looking over his shoulder, kind of menacingly, just like very intensely, quietly, just staring a hole into this box.
I can't believe it's still here. This is incredible. would have thought somebody had stolen it by now. He shuts the box and slips it into his bag. Ready to go? I've got everything I need.
How did you find that?
Find?
Yes.
No, I made that. Well, not the crystal. The crystal's new. But it is part of how I made that. If you'd like, I can explain it to you. It's pretty complex, though. I know one of your team members is a tinkerer, so it might fly closer to their heads, but if you're technologically minded as well.
I think I can handle the explanation.
Cool. So, I don't know if you know this, but the Arethians used a technology called dripcore. It was essentially liquidized energetic mana. The only issue was, as far as our history books know and go, it was deeply and entirely unstable. So when they attempted to power a starship with it, it's how you say, you scarred the planet and ruined everything for everyone? Forever, basically. It set our magic a little bit to the left. So, I figured, as someone who's familiar with magic and capable of designing machinery, what if, right? What if there was a way to stabilize the drip cores by moving the mana back a little bit to the right? Right? So, the crystal, which gives access to the greater series of reflections that this world is set upon and built on, takes our mana and puts it back where it belongs, and thus the drip core stabilizes.
So you did not create it, you stabilized it.
I mean, I did have to make this from scratch, but yes.
Where
I
did you come
followed the
in?
same recipe.
You found the instructions for creating a drip core.
Correct.
How?
That, I'm afraid, is a bit of a secret. I can't teach you how to make it. Otherwise, it won't be my discovery anymore.
You do not need to teach me how to make it. You need to tell me where you found out how to make it.
I found out the same place every other scav finds anything out about our past. One of the old decrepit research sites outside of the city walls.
Could you put it on a map? Which outpost?
I know I may appear a particularly dense person, but my memory is technically eidetic.
You may have some use for us yet.
Told you, I was on the particular verge of a breakthrough.
On the verge. What else
Yes.
do you accomplish with this?
Well, this is only a power source. There are certain elements native to our world and not to other reflections that may catalyze with this in ways we can yet understand.
And you have something specific in mind.
Yes. Fancy you should ask, in fact. The rolling city that your friend pilots is made of a metal that does not rust. That is because it is particularly good at conducting the energy that mana creates. So, my working theory is that with a drift core catalyst, I could make what is affectionately a railgun. Among other things. A water purifier, hell, maybe even a food constructor. From nothing to something in less than 30 seconds.
A weapon.
Weapon is just the most chief principal use at the moment. We kind of have an entire fascist theocracy on our hands, do we not? What better to handle that than a weapon?
Does anyone else know about this?
Just you and I at the moment. I did show the crystal to the lovely family across the way that Spark is rescuing now, but I think they knew what reflection crystals were already, or had sussed it out by the fact that they show you other realities if you look into them close enough.
I suggest not advertising that you have this.
I mean, I wasn't going to go telling every sentinel I found about it. I figured the least I could share it with you and your friends. You know, prove myself of value to your untrusting caddy of group.
This may do that.
Excellent. Let's go reconvene with them then, yes?
Lethos returns to cat form.
You see, as he walks out, he reaches up and he grabs a little cane with a. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out a way to put this. It's a miniature roulette wheel on the top of the cane.
Okay. Yeah, all right. He's got an aesthetic he's going for. I can respect it.
And you guys all reconvene at the entrance to the Undercity.
So what did we find?
Lots of bombs. So many bombs.
You do see like 30 kobolds very carefully lowering a crate into the sewer.
Oh, you. Congrats.
Let's blow some shit
Nice.
up.
Fuck yeah. Akonis or Alethos? What do we get on your end?
Are we back in a
You guys
relatively
are-
safe place, or are we just like hanging out in the sewers?
Sewers is a strong word. It's a manhole cover. It's meant to look like a sewer, but you guys are just in tunnels.
Okay. I think we should get to a secure location before we discuss.
Oh, I'd
What our
very
new
much
friend-
like to get a demonstration up and running as well. Nothing harmful, obviously. See that look of hesitation on your face.
I'm a cat. You can't see anything.
You feel the judgment.
Your silence
that's
is
because I'm a
speaking
cat.
volumes.
Cats
Well,
always
speaking
look
of
judgy.
dangerous, my dad learned how to split atoms.
Oh,
So,
Outstanding. And when did he learn how to do that?
last couple of months.
God, that's going to be fun.
Yeah. As everyone's like getting into the sewer and we're lowering down the bombs, Spark is going like taking each individual person to like all of her siblings and parents and introducing them one by one. I do not have names for all of them, but Spark will give you all the names. They're all like some sort of like related to their color, so they're, you know, that's like olive is the green one. You know, like it's very, very close.
I think as like your parents, I think Maisie would be it would be like a reintroduction, like they'd met before maybe
Yeah.
once or twice.
Yeah, I feel like probably the majority of my family does like recognize like selling things to you.
You guys make your way back to the safe house location. The headquarters, the Lance is thoroughly chuffed to be receiving so many new residents, especially with armaments such as the ones they are providing. Your rooms are not comfortable. They are sufficient. But the Lance Akonis will, at some point, pull you aside before we do the last thing.
Yes.
How are you holding up since you got back? It must be jarring to have to be on call 24/7.
It's a lot, but not unmanageable.
And I trust Onion is well as well.
I will pull Onion out and hold Onion out toward the lance.
Good.
You can hold him if you'd like.
No, that's I do think
Hold
he likes you.
hold the capybara.
He does take the capybara and
Thank you.
scratches under his little chin. Okay, I just thought I would check in, see if you were fine.
Do I hear my acorn again?
You do
Now that we're
you
back?
do feel the presence is more there. Um, I don't know that you have tried to speak with it in recent, but if you
I
would like to
haven't.
prompt it,
Akonis is just going to think, are we okay?
that's not really a question I can answer for you. I feel like I just woke up from a very long nap.
That's good. I'm glad you're not hurt or something.
Did you have a bit of an identity crisis before we got back here?
I didn't know that I was Arethian, so yeah, kind of.
Fair enough. I don't know how anyone could possibly have predicted it. Let alone me.
I
What
thought
is
I
that?
was trying to get back to Farlight to go home, and it wasn't home, and
What?
then I met me.
Were you cool?
I mean, kind of.
Well, all right then.
Fucking nerd.
I think it is a flaw of humans to assume that home is a place designed for you and not by you. Just some food for thought. Acorns make their home wherever they can, as do most seedlings and plants. If you wanted to get to Farlight before, it's because you wanted to be here. And here we are.
Maybe so. Are you also talking to the Lance?
I had to talk to someone.
I'm sorry I left you alone while I was fighting for my fucking life.
It's hard to explain. You didn't leave me alone per se, but now that I am rejoined with the general hive, I'm more aware of everything that happened while you were gone. Here, not wherever you were. I don't know anything about that.
I think Akonis is probably thinking about that moment of choosing to stay with the acorn, choosing to stay this version of Akonis. I could have gotten rid of you for good.
I do know that. Once you found your way back into the time stream, it was a little more. I could hear what you were thinking, but I couldn't interface.
But it felt kind of fucked up bringing the Lance back to life like this and then abandoning them to you.
If I am so much a part of your identity and their identity, that losing me would have lost you your connection with them. I think that that begs some reflection on your part as to how you feel about things.
Akonis glances at the lance. Is the acorn kind of a pain in the ass to you also? Is that just me?
Yeah, this guy's annoying.
All right. Okay. All right.
Not
Long-
good conversation.
No, as long as I'm not the only one who's suffering. I'm sorry that I didn't, you know, ask before giving you an acorn.
You saved my life. I would have preferred not to have died, so, don't apologize for doing the right thing.
Right is subjective, but I'm glad that
I'm telling you it was the right thing as the person who was affected by the action.
fair enough.
And look at it this way. If you hadn't have revived me, I would not have been here to save the people that I did save when Mother Grievance brought the hammer down.
What was the redheaded person's name? In my head, it's Annalise,
It was
and
a variety of names. Annalise was one of them.
okay. We haven't seen Annalise this whole time.
No.
I will ask about what pronouns does Annalise use?
She.
Where has Annalise been?
Oh, she's watching the Citadel for me while I do this. Governing the people, teaching them what life is without having to raise cities to the ground.
I'm glad. I am okay to answer your other question, your original question.
Good.
And you?
Me? I mean, this is Tuesday for me. We killed one of these bastards already. I'll be fine if we have to kill 3 more.
It's kind of a big ask to kill 3 more of them.
Well, I guess 2 more. I don't know if you've encountered the Sisters Pain and Anger, but they are really more 1 unit than 2.
I don't like the sound of that.
Twins.
Excellent. Any other helpful insight you have?
No, just that the people think that you guys are heroes. I think it's important that you hold on to that for the next coming days.
Unfortunate that we're misleading them.
You're not
I tried
misleading
to
them.
kill that guy, kind of gesturing in the direction of Mothball.
Yeah, he does not strike me as someone that you would want around, but
No.
we'll take who we can get at this point.
Apparently so.
And hey, if he proves useful and you guys don't want to be kings, you could always put him in charge.
Absolutely not. Terrible idea. Oh fuck, I don't know about that. God damn it. I really want to know what they meant in the letter that they left for Maisie. But I don't. Akonis doesn't know about that, so I can't.
You weren't there
ask.
for the Yuri.
Damn it.
Team meeting.
I do think that
Yuri.
that there's a chance that Maisie would bring up that she might have a lead on the moon.
What was the lead on the moon? I got distracted by the person embodying a concept.
They said a bunch of really vague shit, and then was just like, so long as the moon isn't there or some shit.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
As long as the moon doesn't turn into Bahamut, we should be good.
No
But,
promises it won't.
Unless
It's not gonna do that,
Something-
guys.
It could.
Something
fun.
happened to the moon and it took Sarah's parents. So
Sarah's parents? I thought these were her buddies. Shit.
sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I that's what Maisie would say, genuinely.
No. Do we get to read the letter? Does she mention that there was somebody embodying a
Yeah,
concept?
she would say all of the major points of it, and also that they were apologetic, but she does not have the paper with her.
Then I would ask the Lance. Did somebody calling themselves Perfection come through here by chance?
Perfection? No. I remember Perfection. They were a lot less put together than this guy.
Was there anybody else? Any other gods who came wandering through?
I mean, I did see one coming through. Big cape. Cape is all I really remember. Bright red hair. Not like bright red, I guess like more natural born, like as red as natural hair can get, right? I didn't catch a name. I just saw him walking around and offering these little pebbles to anyone who would take them. A
Did
way
you
out.
take one?
No, of course not.
Oh, a way out.
I didn't need
Got
a way
it.
out.
What did the pebbles look like?
They were just little flat stones with swirls on them.
Does that sound like anything I've seen before?
You can make me a mind check if you want.
Sounds like candy.
Does sound like candy. Do I get to add anything to this?
Your mind score.
Anything else?
Do you have any skills related to remembering?
No. No. 12.
12. You have not seen anything like
God.
that before.
Damn it. Okay. You know, you're not being very helpful to me right now. I say that to the Lance.
Not really my job to be that.
Guess
Trying
not.
to save your city.
I suppose so. Not my city, but I understand the sentiment.
It could be your city if you let it be. Oh, I'd settle down here. It's nice. It's still. It doesn't go anywhere.
Overrun by martial law and some very
Well,
terrible.
not obviously not right now.
What about your traveling city? You wouldn't stay there?
I want that traveling city. There is a clanging of metal as Moxie is banging two wrenches together. Hello? Attention, please. I did something brilliant, and I would like to share it with you all.
Oh, he's one of those.
God, I'm gonna kill this guy.
Wait, come on!
You may want to hear what he has to say first.
Thank you. I don't remember your name.
They do not provide him one.
Okay. So, I discovered the recipe for drip cores. And I, in my infinite brilliance, figured out how to stabilize them. So I made a little one for demonstration purposes only. And I built a lot of lights for this place. Basically self-spooling. If this works, they will light up the tunnels forever. Essentially forever. Like a millennia. Someone will have to replace it in a millennia, but that will not happen. That is the
What?
demonstration. I told you it wouldn't be dangerous.
Why won't they have to change him in a millennia?
Well, because the drip core, when stable, does not run out of energy for almost ever.
Oh,
Okay, that's cool, man. That's good, right? Can you make this into? I I don't know what you guys talked about, but listen, a weapon would be great.
Alethos looks incredibly uneasy and just all the color
It
turns
is
yellow.
funny you should ask. If I could just get a little bit of metal from that rolling city out there, I think I could build a railgun big enough to vaporize the church with everyone inside.
Oh.
Okay.
But I have
Do not
rounds to
down from that.
deal with
How
the
about
church.
you?
Sounds like we already have a means of destroying the church. So maybe just a gun to vaporize Mother
atoms.
Grievance.
That's fine.
Wonderful.
Like
We
a
could probably tee
special
that up.
atomized Mother Grievance gun. I can build that. Easy. Just a smaller
Okay.
railgun.
I mean, getting her into the right spot to get shot by the big gun sounds way easier than actually killing her. So,
I could even probably even build it into your robot friend here.
That's
Gun
that's
arm?
He
that's
knows
their
I'm a
choice.
robot.
Well, you've been shapeshifting, and I don't know any organic thing that can do that.
That's fair, but robot seems like a leap.
Also, when you tried to be the Void Cat, you were like glitching a lot.
I was doing my best, okay?
No, I didn't want to say anything.
If I'm not being a convincing cat, please do tell me.
How about you back off, man?
Whoa!
Althus is doing fine.
So wait, are you saying that the thing? I mean, post weapon and blowing everything up. Like, could you like power the city?
Oh, I could more than power the city. I could power the planet with one of these.
power of the sun in the palm of his hand.
And what happens if something or someone destabilizes it?
It can't be destabilized.
It's a pretty
there's,
bold
like-
claim.
There's nothing. Things won't rust. Things won't die around it. You're saying this is this clean power?
Well, okay. Once we get it to power the planet, we will need to encase it in the alloy that the Citadel is made of, so that it doesn't rust metal around it. It's basically a containment field for what is essentially infinite energy.
But what if you threw like a truckload of chemicals in there? Would it get destabilized?
Nope. This thing is stabilized entirely by the fact that our dimension is merely one layer of many, 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 many.
Way
other
ahead of you
layers.
there.
Yes, you get it.
What if it was collided with unstable drip core?
He smiles. He pulls out a different box, one with ruby instead of lapis lazuli casement. Opens it, pulls out another marble-like drip core, shows it to you. Would you like to get a full scan?
I think Alethos is making Geiger counter noises. I think is what's happening.
This is an unstable drip core, one that has not been met with the reflection yet.
I can see that.
He produces the stable drip core in the other palm of his hand, magician
Somehow
style.
more yellow?
And he basically just smacks them together, opens his hand, doubled in size, but equally stable. It's like holy water.
Sorry, I'm easily impressed. I don't know if was that sleight of hand. I couldn't tell.
It wasn't sleight of hand. I
Okay.
smashed them together for real. Specifically to answer that question.
Lethos, is this guy full of shit?
Okay.
I can honestly say I have not seen the likes of this. I am uncertain what to make of it.
Oh, that I don't like that. That freaks me out. Alethos, knows everything. That's fucked up.
Oh, hold on. I don't know about that.
I guess you don't know about
mean, so-
dragons. Like, not everything, but like.
You're I don't want to sound rude or anything, but you're expecting us to believe that someone who couldn't even tinker a basic machine can clap their hands together and make a battery that can power the earth without any consequences? An entire civilization tried doing that and we saw what happened.
That entire civilization did not understand the physics involved in their own machinery. I do.
Okay.
Sure, I haven't been great with machines yet. But it's a learning process, is it not? I have
Yes,
learned
everyone has their
something and
area of expertise.
I have learned something and I am looking to expand it in a way that is more akin to what I am used to. So,
No, I can
without
buy
further
that.
We can hash out the powering the world situation later. For now, I think I'm content to figure out powering the gun that kills Mother Grievance.
excellent.
I mean,
I
we
can
have
do
to go
that.
back to the city.
The Lance will pipe up at that. I can just go get some. It's parked
Oh.
outside.
What?
Go get some city.
It's parked outside.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Well, we don't have
actually.
to take it off the city. We have reserves of that alloy.
Are there like people on the city though?
Yeah, they're just hanging out. We
Well,
rent
they're
They're
them.
fine.
hanging out near
Well,
this just motions to up above them where everything's gone to shit.
They we let the scavs in, the scavs that were locked out when the lockdown went in place.
Huh.
But yes, they're not close enough to be impacted by the fascist part, and it seems Mother Grievance just doesn't want anyone leaving the city or coming in. She doesn't really care what happens out there as long as what's in here stays in here.
Okay.
Well, okay.
I can leave because I can teleport to the Citadel at any time. Cool? Cool.
Cool.
Go to bed. All of you. Seriously.
Yes, please.
I think real quick before they go to bed, Maisie's just gonna ask Akonis, "Hey, what'd you get from the Lance,
What do you mean?
information wise?"
We talked about acorns and a god that walked through the city handing out pebbles.
Okay, I'm gonna follow up with him about that whenever he's free. Thank you.
He doesn't have much, don't get your hopes up.
Cool. With that, we are going to go ahead and wrap up this session, this episode of Beacons of Farlight, Arc 3, last arc. We're running down to the wire, people. Thank you all so much for joining, and thank you, Raiders. I did not wish to interrupt the funky flow, the action, but thank you very much for joining us. I'm going to give my cast a chance to go around, introduce themselves, and plug anything they would like to plug for you to go check out as a means of supporting them for all the wonderful work that they do. I'm going to start by building a macaroni microphone and then mailing it to Taylor with a special thank you note from summer camp.
Oh, I'm going to unwrap it and make me some butter and noodles because I am a little hungry, and then get my actual microphone out and say, "Hi, I'm Taylor at Potato." There's underscores in some places. I don't know anymore. I honestly don't have like a ton to plug. I'm not really doing much of nothing except like working my life away. You can find me here on every other Wednesday, as well as our werewolf game every other Tuesday. I will just real quick throw in, everybody, that Charity Week is starting up this weekend. So catch all the good stuff coming. The casting, everything's been done. We're going to post that probably tomorrow. I think I was supposed to do that today, and I forgot because I was eepy from PAX still. I have not recovered. But we will have some. Let me pull up the actual thing itself. The 14th will be Familiar Problem by GM Hina. The 16th will be Mouse Guard, ran by Simon or Wandering DM. The 19th will be You're Not a Wizard by Mike R., who runs our usual Thursday games. The 21st will be some Coyote and Crow, ran by Logan, and then Old School Essentials on the 22nd with Rich. So it's going to be a good fun time. So come hang out and get that.
Yeah.
I think that I'm just gonna go take like a little nappy nap, and through the dream world that I will be in, I will take the microphone with me and drop it off at who is next. Over to Eth, like under their pillow, like an opposite tooth fairy.
Oh, I'll grab the mic from under the pillow. Where's my pillow? That's like the big. Anyway, I'll grab it from wherever it's at, from the land of dreams, from Kirby, I guess. I'm Eve or Ethan or whatever. I don't give a shit. At EJ the Gray on social media. Am here almost exclusively. And when I'm not here, I'm doing other things. Probably not on the internet. I do try to. I have been a little posty on social media lately, so you can check me out on Blue Sky, I guess. Mostly shit posts, but whatever. That's about it. So I'm gonna first I'm gonna write an entire light novel series of office romance Yuri, and at the end I'll hide a microphone in there and I'll mail all of it to Harp. It was muted.
Oh my god, that's so crazy. I just found a microphone in this office romance Yuri I'm reading. Hi, I'm Harper. You can find me here and also on Entropy Emporium. And that's it for now, actually. But I'm also doing things in the coming year that you should keep an eye out for. With it's another thing with Entropy Emporium. I'm doing something with Apochromatic Unlimited. I'm doing something with Life from the Apocalypse. Also, I make video essays on YouTube, youtube.com/harpingharp. New video in February. It's a ways off, but I'm committing to February. You can expect a video in February. Thank you. Anyways, I'm gonna take this microphone that I got from all the Yuri. And I'm gonna listen. I feel like we keep it so fancy around here. I'm gonna hand this microphone to Kat. Here you go.
Thank you. It's good to get back to our roots, just doing the damn thing.
Yeah, thank
Hey
you.
guys. I have been Kit. I have been Eurolithos. You can find me most places on the internet at KitRoll. And around here on Wednesdays, sometimes when we do Beak Week. I do actually have a couple of things coming up. That's weird. That doesn't always happen. This Friday, in a couple of days. Oh man. You can catch me over on LFTA with another game run by our beloved game master today. It's Cheesemas, guys. We're playing some Mouse Ritter, and we're gonna be little mouses, and we're gonna save Cheesemas. I I'm so in love with this system already, and this is the first time that I've ever played it. But we get to be rats and go on adventures, guys. It's so good. Definitely check it out. So that'll be Friday over on LFTA, and then on Monday, also on LFTA, Hasmus continues. From last year when we did a one shot and then got to the end of it and realized, hey, this is a 2-shot actually. So catch us doing part 2 of a Hasmus game from last year, where we are all little fables from Christmas legends. I like to set things on fire in that one, so it's a good time. It's great. Um, and then I think that's about all I'm going to be doing for a little while. Keep on the socials. That might change until the new year, when you can look out for the funky little podcast that I plug every single time. If you like magical girls, if you like queer shit, if you like crying about aforementioned magical girls and or queer shit, check out Bloom and Blight. It is our Girl by Moonlight actual play podcast. We we get real emotional about it. Season 1 just wrapped up a little while ago. Season 2 is going to come out in January. It's so good, and I cry about it all the time, even when we're not playing it. You can find it wherever you get your podcasts. If you want episode announcements, clips, goofy stuff like that, you can find us basically everywhere that there are socials at Bloom and Blight. If you want cast and character information about all of the cool, awesome people that we have that work on this show, you can find us at bloomandblight.com or on a goofy little Discord server. Link also on bloomandblight.com. I'm going to stop talking about Bloom and Blight because I'm going to get emotional about it because I love this show so much. And I am going to take the mic. I'm going to put it in a little box. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to put a little bow on it. Now I'm going to slip it under the Christmas tree. And through Christmas magic, I'm going to hope it ends up under Kian's tree.
Oh my god, a brand new mic. How exciting. Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me on Blue Sky at uptight-chiffon. As far as what I'm doing, I will be on High Shelf Charity on Saturday with A Familiar Problem, which I'm super excited about. On every other Monday, I am over on Entropy Emporium for Follow the Ashen Throne, and every other Tuesday I'm there for They Call Us Villains. And every other Saturday I'm there for Blooming in the Rot, our Invisible Sun actual play that I get to run. On the 29th, I think. I can't find it on my calendar, but I think it's on the 29th. I'll be on LFTA for Hasmus, which I'm excited about. And that's kind of all that I have going. I'll be back here for Beacons as well. Follow me on social media. If I'm doing other things, that is where you will hear about it. I'm going to douse the mic in bubbles, and I'm going to light the bubbles on fire, and I'm going to find a marathon runner to marathon run it to JT the way that they do the torch at the Olympics.
Ow. My hands have third-degree burns on them now, by the way.
There are bubbles. There are bubbles.
Bubbles that you burned. Anyway, I'm JT. You can find me all over the internet at WeebG. Also at Entropy Emporium. That's right, it's my channel. Technically, I do a lot less running it these days, though, because it is very self-sufficient, and everybody is super cool and awesome over there, so go check it out. First order of business, Beacons is on winter hiatus. We will see you when the year is 2025 now, because in 2 weeks is a holiday, and that didn't feel right to run on. So we're going to let people celebrate and relax that week. And then when it's 2025, we'll be back for more Beak. Arc 3 is the last one, technically. There will be more, though. I have discussed it, and I've hinted at it. There will be more. I'm ready. You can also find me this Friday running 'Twas the Night Before Cheesemas, a Mouse Ritter game, as Kit mentioned. They are mice. They have to save Cheesemas from the family cat who stole it from them. It's going to be a lot of adorable, wholesome fun. That's over on LFTA for Hasmus charity event. So go show them some love. You can find me on Entropy Emporium every other Friday, including next Friday, for the Weird Wild Sword. It's a D&D 5e homebrew campaign that I run. And then every other Saturday for Blooming in the Rot, where I play the nicest, kindest, most gentlest man on earth, Stellan Faust. The name is in no way an indicator of the kind of person that he is. What else I got going? I got 2 more Hasmus games that are also going to be very cool, but those aren't till later in December. The first will be on the 21st, and the second will be on the 27th. So go check those out. Also check out High Shelf Charity. They are very kind to let me keep running this game and capitalizing and completely domineering their Wednesday nights. But I appreciate them a lot, and I love this cast a lot, and I love this game a lot, and I'm always gonna love it forever. So they're just gonna keep enabling it. I'm just gonna keep doing it, guys. I'm just
That
gonna
is
keep
actually our
going.
like channel mottos to enable, I think.
We
Like,
are
that's-
enablers.
Will enable as much as humanly possible.
that was our
Uh,
shared trait.
Yeah. Our mission statement just says enable.
Enable.
Yeah.
But thank you all so much for watching. We will catch you all on the flippity flam.
Yeah, and we're gonna raid over to the dinner and a game.
Ooh.
Playing
Ooh.
Fabula Ultima, as far as I'm aware. And we'll check that out. I don't really know that channel, but I bet they're cool. We'll check it out. We'll see how their Fabula game's going. But yeah, everybody have a good one. Keep it real. See you next year. I hate that. It feels so so early to say that.
Oh, we gotta
but it
lean
is
into
true.
it.
It's too soon for it to be next year.
Somebody said that to me like a week or two ago. Like it was still November, and I was like,
No, that's
ugh.
too much.
But they
It's still
they were
July,
correct though.
man.
It was factual. But okay, anyway, I'm out of here. Bye guys. We're gonna leave. We're going. We're
Bye.
raiding. Laters.